Two major stories making news out of Congress. A number of pro-life lawmakers are seeking to repeal the FACE Act, which Republicans say has been used against pro-lifers protesting near abortion clinics. Plus, the fireworks intensify among the courts, the White House, and Congress over the deportation of illegal aliens. Let's check in with Capitol Hill correspondent Erik Rosales with the latest. Erik?
Hey, good evening there, Mark. Yes, the halls of Congress are all quiet up here on Capitol Hill. That's because lawmakers are in recess, but that's not stopping Republican lawmakers from speaking out in their home states. Many are angry about a judge's decision to temporarily halt President Trump's order to deport Venezuelan gang members. They, along with President Trump, are now calling for the impeachment of the judge who issued the ruling. Republicans say that there is strong public support for president's actions.
The big issue is that 77 million people voted for Donald Trump, and they voted for him to get these criminals out of our country, to make sure that we're safe and secure in our communities. He's trying to honor that.
House Judiciary Committee Chair Jim Jordan didn't rule out starting impeachment proceedings against Judge Boasberg.
We plan on holding hearings, hearing from experts, talking about this whole kind of body of law, this whole situation. Again, everything is on the table. We're considering all options.
Impeaching a federal judge would take 67 votes in the U.S. Senate. Democratic Senator Chris Coons, a member of the Judiciary Committee, says it's not going to happen. He says the real issue is whether federal court orders will be followed.
Deporting people, that's less the issue than whether or not this long-standing core pillar of the United States and our system will be respected by the Trump administration. Of course, they're picking one of the least sympathetic cases possible to push the very limits of their power.
Also on the Hill, there's a growing call among pro-life lawmakers and groups to repeal the 1994 FACE Act. Legislation makes it a federal crime to use force, the threat of force, or physically obstruct anyone from abortion clinics. Pro-life Congressman Chip Roy and more than 25 pro-life lawmakers introduced a bill calling for the permanent end to the law. He wrote, quote, "Americans just spent the last 4 years being targeted by a weaponized justice system. The FACE Act was one of the primary weapons of abuse being used to politically target, arrest, and jail pro-life Americans for speaking out and standing up for life."
And pro-life Congressman Dan Bishop offered another way to fix the issue: just cut federal funds going to these abortion clinics. By the way, the Republican-led House Judiciary Committee, they received a 33% funding increase for this year's Congress, which will likely be used to investigate actions of the Biden administration. At the Capitol, Erik Rosales, EWTN News Nightly.